Hello everyone, my name is Alen Tom, and I'm joined by a very special guest today. She is Dr. Keerthana, and she has done extremely well in her INICET examinations. She has secured a rank, All India rank of 105. And so this is not an interview, this is just a very casual conversation between a person like me who's trying to understand how to crack a competitive examination like NEET PG, INICET. And so let's get maximum insight from someone who has already done this, a senior in Dr. Keerthana who can guide us, how we can also do the same kind of preparation in our examinations and get maximum input from her. So without further ado, we'll directly ask Dr. Keerthana, where she did her UG and how she went about with her preparation.
Hi everybody, this is Dr. Keerthana. I did my UG from Jigmet, Puducherry. I was an average student who is still hardworking, but still can't achieve the top marks, but still striving hard to be that. Yeah. I scored a total percentage of 69% overall MBBS. That's it. I was just an average student.
That's great to know. Even I also scored something somewhat very similar to that, to be honest, around 68 to 69% when I was doing my overall scores. So that's the right thing, right? I mean, what's the point of talking to someone who has scored 85% in their MBBS because I can't relate to that person. So someone like you, when you say things like that, it's so encouraging for us. So from there, how did you finish your final examinations? So did you start preparing in your internship itself, or did you start preparing for third and fourth year? How did you go about this preparation?
I went for DAMS classes in third year, where they cover the third year and the final year subjects alone. Then in internship in our college is pretty hectic, so I purchased only Marrow Plan B in my internship, and I tried to solve some modules, but I was not consistent with it. Yeah, I properly started my preparation after my internship.
Okay, so you finished your internship in which year, ma'am?
December 2020. From
December
January
2020.
2021, I started my preparation.
You started your preparation. Okay, so once you were done with the internship, how did you go about using it? So did you continue with Plan B, or did you take Plan C in Marrow, and then how did you use it?
Actually, I was not aware about Marrow in my internship. I came across the Marrow videos only after seeing my peers using the app. I watched one of the videos of nephrology, and I immediately fell in love with it. So in the middle of the internship only, I purchased a Plan C. I was just solving Q banks until then. So from that only, I started watching the medicine videos first, and then my preparation just started then properly. I started from January. Internship, I didn't do much. It was
All right.
just
So
inconsistent Q banks. That's it.
right. So from 2021, you started your preparation. So you gave that the INICET in the month of like after 6 months,
No,
or
I gave the INICET in November 2020 itself. I scored a rank of 14,000 in that.
okay. Once you were done with the internship, then the next INICET you gave was which one? The one in
July
the middle?
2021.
Okay. So for that, you prepared for almost 6 months, right? Like, how was your
Yeah.
preparation for that?
I started with biochemistry. Biochemistry was
Okay.
my weakest subject. I started with biochemistry. I started watching all the videos fully. Then it as the I could cover only few subjects. Like biochemistry alone took me 14 days. After that, I covered micro. Like in INICET, you have to focus mainly on the first year and the second year subjects, right? So I covered the first year and the second year subjects fully in that 6 months, and the rest of the subjects I couldn't cover. I just did the PYQs and the important topics alone I covered, and then went for the exam. I scored. I wasn't consistent with GT in that first 6 months. I wasn't consistent with the GTs at all. I got anxious every time I attend the GTs. I scored a rank of 1,800 something, 1,850 something in the July 2021.
Okay.
Then after that only I got to know about the strategies, how to go about each and every subject. Then after that only I started making my own concise notes for every subject, and I started giving importance to the short subjects as well. Then after that I gave my December 2021, where I scored a rank of 411.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Okay.
Then after that, I joined general surgery in one of the institutes. It was my dream branch, but right, when you do the theory or when you do the internship, also sometimes the residency won't be the same. the residency wasn't something I expected. So, and also I couldn't see my future in it. Just because you like a subject doesn't mean that you will like the lifestyle of that subject also. So I decided, I then, after being the residency for 2 months, I resigned. Then I started preparing again. But by the time I resigned, the NEET PG application, everything was over. So I could apply only for the INICET again. This time I didn't have any time for preparation or GPs or anything. I just went through my concise notes. Just with my concise notes, I got a rank of 1450. Then again, I prepared from the scratch. I've watched all the videos. Then again, reread my concise notes, gave consistent GTs, gave consistent custom modules, and now this rank of 105. It was
That's
such a
a
long
very
journey.
that's a very long journey, and it's so nice that
Yeah.
told us all about that. We'll get to the how you did your GTs and custom modules, but I
Okay.
think one point you mentioned very well. See, no one really wants to talk about the mental battle that
Yeah.
goes into preparation,
Yeah.
because it's not like you're preparing fresh for an INICET of November 22 and you got this rank. You underwent an
Yeah.
INICET. You did really well. You joined a specialty in a college. It didn't go the way you expected it to, and a lot of relatives will be asking you, "Oh, why are you leaving such a good college? Such a good branch." So you took all those things mentally. It would have been a very difficult decision. You came out of it, and then seeing your peers already joining colleges, and still you did that.
Yeah.
Then again, you didn't make it on time for NEET PG application. You couldn't give that. Then you gave an, and it said it didn't go maybe according to your expectations. Then again, sitting to study. This is
Yeah.
this is the most the amazing part of your journey. Staying strong. And
Yes.
us being in the medical profession, we know how difficult it is. It's a very competitive field. So many things. It's not just before the residency, during residency, any toxicity in any department, or the residency in itself, staying for long hours. So that's something we don't talk about, and I'm glad that you are bringing into it. It's that mental battle. So it's really commendable, even for someone like me. It's not just your preparation, you're just sitting and watching videos. It's about the other things, the other devils in
Yes.
your mind, which will play a big role. So it's amazing to know that you came out of it unscathed and got this rank. So really, kudos to you for that. So yeah,
Thank you.
so from the I think your notes is what helped you a lot. So from your previous classes you took in third year,
Yes.
and then the random Q banks you did in Marrow, and everything already helped you. So, and like you mentioned, the word strategies, everything. It's all about smart studying with hard work, right?
Yeah.
So what is that? What is it that made the difference? Was it the custom modules which we made? Because I don't think a lot of our students are utilizing the custom modules. We just that directly solve the Q banks, and also GTs. Like you said, doing a GT brings about a lot of anxiety. So how to get over that fear? Should we keep solving GTs every month? What did you do differently, and what is the strategy that you would like to tell your peers?
Okay. First of all, custom modules. Custom modules, especially for INICET, most of the questions are from the past year topic. Not the question, but the topic is the same. So you just put a schedule of the past years, and in the custom module also you can select a particular topic in within a subject. So I divided the topics. So I used to do a particular, for example, biochemistry. I used to do carbs and proteins for one day, then lipids and molecular biology for the next day, then vitamins and minerals for the next day. Like that, I put a schedule, and the same schedule will rotate for each month. So in that way, I
Okay,
will be covering all the PYQs multiple times in a stretch of 6 months. So you will be going instead of the one thing which I faced in every exam. I have attended these many exams now. The one thing which I
correct,
faced is
correct.
what going through every PYQs just before the exam, like 2 to 3 days before the exam, we'll be opening the PYQs and solving it rapidly. So that thing shouldn't happen. You have to like literally know the PYQs and the topics by heart before the exam itself.
Okay,
So focus only on the PYQs and the topics, and read the pearl each time you go through that question. So it will
okay,
give you an active plus a passive recalling. So when you come across a question from that topic in your exam, you will be able to think quickly and act fast. So you
right.
have to use mainly for PYQs. You use the custom module, and the another one is it should be a schedule, like schedule a custom module in a particular time. For me personally, I do a custom module of 100 questions each day,
Okay,
just on waking up. After waking up, I'll take my phone and then I'll do the custom module. And also I see so many study grammars nowadays, they also make their own custom modules and post it in their story, so that if I'm bored, I just take them, and I solve that also. Or you can also form a group of 5 people and you can solve one custom module each. I mean, every people can do one custom module like that, you can share and do. Yeah, you just make it a fun activity, or schedule it. Like, you have to be consistent with it, because that will for sure will help you in that final exam. Second thing with the GTs is like the most anxious part of the preparation is giving the GTs. I used to avoid GTs like anything, because one thing, my parents will be asking, what is your GT score? What is your GT score? And my peers also will be asking, what is your GT score? Everybody will be asking that. And you get very, very anxious and you judge yourself for the marks, because it's not like when you attend the GT for the first time, you will get a top 100 rank. No, it will not be that. I
Right.
got like 10,000, 7,000, 5,000 ranks at first, and it used to really demotivate a lot. But the thing is that you should not judge yourself by that. Instead, see which subject you lack in. Or in case of attending a question, mostly 4 things will happen. One, either you don't know the question at all. Second thing, you know the question, you know the subject and the topic, but this portion of the topic you don't know. Third thing is that you have ruled out 2 options and you are stuck between the 2 options.
Correct.
And fourth thing being that you misread that question fully. So these 4 things
Yeah.
will happen. So in case of this, after every GT, you sit down and then you make a separate note for the GTs, and know which all questions you don't know completely. Like this I have the and the subject also I never covered, and this topic also I've never read. So what is that
Yeah.
topic and what is that subject? You write it down. The second one, this subject I have covered, but this topic I don't know. So that thing, that also you write it down. The third thing is the most I think many toppers, all the I think almost at 1 to 1,000, everybody will be like in the third range. Like, they would have ruled out the 2 options and they will be stuck between the 2 option. And in that thing, the GTs will attending the GTs will help you the most, because you will know that instinct will come. Okay, this question they have asked like this, so I have to rule out this only. I will put that only. So in that GTs also, you have that guessing the question. No, you can put that
Correct.
I have guessed this answer. For the third type question, especially, like you have ruled out 2 answers and only 2 answers are there. In that questions, you put the I have guessed this answer, and you see yourself how much you are guessing, how much you are good at these type of questions. And you should not attend the GTs like blindly, just on waking up. Just don't attend the GTs. Instead of that, you put one. I have made the sticky notes. No, these sticky notes. This I watched from one of the toppers videos. I cannot remember her name, but
Okay.
she told that she used to look at the sticky notes once before attending the GTs. That really helped me. These sticky notes
Okay.
are just the pearl thing from each PYQs, which I used to look at for like 10 to 15 minutes or less than that, and then I used to attend the GTs. Also, just before attending the GTs, I used to complete complete or revise 3 to 4 subjects which I'm lacking.
Okay.
Like, if you complete pharmacology, psychiatry, and the micro, these 3 alone, if I complete and then attend my GTs, that short-term memory will be like, pharma is a very volatile subject, right? So you will remember
Yeah.
it more, and you will attend the GTs with more consciously. You will be attending each and every question. So you can revise your difficult subjects like before the GT and then attend the GT. And third thing is that you will the GTs will start like you compare yourself with you. Once you start attending the GTs, if you are an average student like me, you will first get 110 to 120 correct response. Then as you do one revision fully, it will get stuck in 135 to 145. Then
Okay.
it will be in that range for a very long time. Then as you revise and revise and revise, it will go up. It will definitely go up. I have seen it from 5,000 rank to my final GT was 46th rank. So
Wow.
it will just trust yourself, and it will definitely improve. So those 2 things helped me: the revising my sticky notes plus revising 2 subjects or 3 subjects just before giving the GTs.
GT. Okay.
uh, yeah. Then do not compare. Like, also I have given GT just 1 day before my INICET, and another GT 2 days before my INICET. And
Okay.
the 1 day before my INICET it was 46, but 2 days before my INICET it was 300ish something. So
Right.
why did it happen means anxiety. So anxiety ruins the performance fully. So
Hmm.
if you're practice some meditation or deep breathing techniques, and do not get anxious at all, because in INICET questions are mostly like, they are mostly very basic questions where you have to think a lot, and
Correct.
like the match the following, every question you have to think a lot, and some questions will be very long, you have to read it, and you need a very long attention span. So
Yeah.
in those, in that case, if you are anxious, you will miss out subtle things. So, and like, do not be anxious at all. I cannot tell do not be anxious, but at least practice some coping techniques, deep breathing before the exam, and that will definitely improve the marks overall.
Yeah, I think you've covered so well about all the things. First of all, it's so nice that you're very humble about keeping on saying, reiterating that you're an average student. I mean, it's great that you have secured such a good rank, and I think your techniques are so good. We can see it in the backdrop itself, all the sticky notes. So it's there, when
Yeah,
you, or before doing every test, you take a look at that, and then, like you said, you revise 3 to 4 subjects and then give the GT. I think that helps a lot, and all those things that you said about looking into, be it any studygram accounts, doing custom modules, or forming groups of 5. I think those are things that we all can do, and especially what you said towards the end, right? It's all about the anxiety can push your rank down
yeah,
or up, based on how you are able to cope up with the mental stress of it. So I think and we should basically not get very stressed out about the GT ranks. It's all about giving more
not
GTs
it.
and trying to get into the flow, right? So one more
Yes.
thing I didn't quite understand. So how many GTs did you give? Say a month or a week? Like, what is the frequency do you recommend for giving GTs?
Okay. Um, I personally didn't attend. I attended only two GTs in my first 6 months, and in my
Okay.
second set of 6 months, I used to be very inconsistent. I could score only 411 rank. After that,
Hmm.
in this current preparation, this last 6 months, I
Yeah.
attended one GT every 15 days, and
Okay.
in the last week, I attended one GT every 2 days,
Oh,
just
okay.
because I wanted to train myself in the. Also, Marrow has two sets of GTs, one for the NEET PG and another for the INICET based. No? So
Innocent.
that INICET based will have more of match the following, accession reason, and that really helped me the most.
Okay.
So I gave the INICET, especially the INICET based GTs. I gave in the last 2 weeks. Every 2 days, I used to give one GTs. And thing about the GTs is many topics got repeated in the last INICET also. So when the topic gets repeated, you get very confident while doing the
Yeah.
exam. Oh, this topic same I attended in the GTs, and you will get you will get a boost during the exam, and you will do the rest of
Yeah.
the exam very well. So that's the
That's
positive thing
really
in
nice.
giving GTs.
Yeah, so that it's a big confidence boost as well, right? So it helps you in other questions as well.
Yeah.
So I think that GTs, and probably the custom modules and doing all this on a consistent basis was probably the game changer, along with your sticky notes from whatever you derived. Just two more things I wanted to ask you was how much has your college any lectures attending those? Does it help, or it's all about your preparation only after internship? Like, how does it work? Did you think that your base was already a bit on the higher side, but you mentioned, like, I can relate to you. You said your percentage was only 69%. I mean, you can say I only, or you can say, oh, very good. So that's all up to perspective. So do you think that helped, or it's purely a preparation after that?
In my college, especially anatomy and pharmacology are the best departments we have. So in my college years, I read only the standard books. Like, I
Hmm.
used to take notes from Harrison from my second year. Like
Oh, wow.
yeah, so I read only the standard books, but even if you read the standard books, the concepts, if you're not thorough with the concepts, if someone doesn't teach you the concept, even if you read the book, you will not understand anything. I used to
Correct.
struggle with my Lipin chords. I used to read it, but I couldn't assimilate to understand the concept. You need a teacher, right? So
Correct.
so even if I read that, it didn't help me much. Maybe in the exam it helped me, but
Yeah.
pharmacology and anatomy, I was thorough. Like, I used to be very and microbiology. These three subjects I used to be thorough, and surgery and medicine, not sure, but. We used to read it a lot, right? Because of the practical exams we have, we used to read so many books for that. So that really helped me. But at the end, the question MCQ solving is completely different from what it is. Even though some
Hmm.
subtle clinical things come, like the vaccinators and all, and the internship things which we do in the wards,
Yeah.
some questions do come. That helped me, like how to how to go about a case of meningitis in an emergency, all the emergency protocols. So these things you do in your internship, no? So that will really that really helped me. That part really helped me. But yeah, everybody tells standard books, but if you're not thorough with the concepts, even if you read the book, you will not understand. So I still yeah, I think I had a base, but not that much of base. Only in few subjects I was confident: anatomy, anatomy, microbiology, pharmacology, ENT. These subjects I was confident. Other subjects I am not that confident in that confident enough to attend an MCQ. It's totally
That makes a lot
different.
of sense. No, I think I really agree with that point of reading standard books. If I read Robbins, if I don't assimilate the knowledge, like you said,
Yeah,
then the whole point is gone. So you need to
yeah.
understand
You
why,
need teach.
what you
You
read,
need
why
a
you
very
read, right?
nice teach.
Exactly. So all these teachings and these videos will probably help you, because if you're able to, if you spend more time on it, as long as you understand the concept, in the end, that's what matters,
Yeah,
right? So from your
yeah.
notes, when you made the notes, maybe finally that's what probably helped your concepts, and now you can easily see it in your GT's performance and obviously in the exam. So I think you answered that perfectly. So I think the take-home message is very clear. Even though it's never too late to start your preparation. You said during internship you're not able to prepare, but again, internship, doing your work well, helps you in those clinical questions like the vacutainers you mentioned. Then again, it's the mental battle. Along with that, you just do your preparation. There's still hope for all of it. It's never too late. Nothing is too late. You can always. It's all about strategizing and whatever works for you, right? For you, it's maybe sticky notes. For someone else, it's probably spaced repetition with flashcards, similar like what you
Yeah.
do, and maybe doing 100 questions in the morning whenever you wake up, doing things like that. Then revising 3 to 4 subjects before doing each GT. Then being confident to take your GT. Like you could see the rank jump once you started giving 2 GTs a month. So I think things like this is what helps all of us, and I'm sure a lot of students and a lot of people like me watching these videos, we are also getting inspired to do similar things. So let's see. Let's see. I think having this talk with you helped all of us a lot. Is there any one or two things that you want to add? Because I think you've covered everything, uh, all everything about your preparation. If there's anything to add, you can. Yeah.
Okay. Concise notes. Make a concise because you have to revise all the subject at least 3 times before the exam.
Okay.
Especially volatile subjects like pharmacology and FMT, you have to read it at least thrice before the exams. So in
Hmm.
that case, I had pre-made marrow notes which I bought, but I
Okay.
also made a concise notes in each subject, which is like
Great.
less than 60 pages I made. It is customized. Like you write whatever you tend to forget. For example, I tend to forget the bladder drugs, the watch which drugs you give for relaxation, which drug you give for
Yeah.
which type of incontinence. So those type of tableau columns I used to put it in my note, and that really helped me at the end because you just revise it twice now. That will be like high yield notes, which is customized for you alone. So the topics which you forget will be in that note. So that thing, concise notes is very very important. Then that is like I was inspired by the one of the Instagrammer 20th notebook. I used to follow her, and I don't know, and that 20th notebook concept that I just made it like
Hmm.
each one subject for each one note for each subject. Second thing is that the mental battle. I really wanted to mention it because I'm someone who get intense anxiety with intense tachycardia every time I give a GT.
Hmm.
So never compare yourself with your peers. Never ever compare because sometimes some GTs, whatever you have read would have come. The next GT it wouldn't have been that way. So never compare yourself with others. Second thing, never judge yourself also because at the end you should be the one who should be standing for yourself, and you should be the one who have to push yourself to study and in the right with the right strategy. So both hard work and the strategy is important. Third thing is the routine. I used to be erratic, very very erratic. Like one day I'll be studying 14 hours a day, and the next day I'll 2 hours, then the third day I'll sleep, then again it will start. It used to be very erratic, but trust me, it got me what till one till the highest rank it got me was only 411. The last 6 months I was very consistent with myself. I used to study 8 hours one day, 12 hours next day, 8 hours, 12 hours, like that. I was very
Oh wow.
consistent, and that really helped me. So both the consistency is really really important. Yeah. Then
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail over there about all the notes, everything. Even for me, I've identified topics like autonomic nervous system, all those receptors. These are volatile. I think all of us know our volatile aspects, be it
yeah,
biochemistry or pharmacology. So and like you said, the mental battle. All of us have, we all get anxious before every exam, and that can, affect our rank. And like you said, routine. It's easy to form a habit, once you get into consistency. It can be the other way also. If you keep doing
Even
something you don't want
surprise
to.
yourself, like you will
Yes.
literally surprise yourself once you stick to a routine and a habit, and with the right strategy you will surprise yourself in the GTs. I personally got intense happiness on for the first time I attended the one. I got GT in when I was consistent for 2 months, then I attended one
Mm.
GT, it was 120 rank, and I
Oh
got
wow.
really elated. Like it
Yes.
will definitely pay you off, the habit, the consistency. It will surprise yourself at the end.
That's amazing. I think that's the really, if anyone who wants to get inspired by this habit thing, for me, I feel like I want to stick to a proper routine, whatever it is. Be it having breakfast and then studying for 3 hours straight, whatever it is. If you have a good routine, it'll keep. It's easy for us to form habits, be it negative or positive. So if you keep reinforcing it, I think on that note we can wind up with such a amazing chat I had with her, and I'm hoping that I can also come on the other side once
Yeah.
with someone else. Let's see, and so many of the others. So thank you, doctor, for joining us, and to
Thank
everyone
you.
watching this video, thank you for joining.